We get a lot of questions on what's the best way to put those little wire keeper dealies in the teardrop or the round head or any other wire keeper jig that Do It makes. There really isn't any top secret or really easy way to do this, but there's a way to make it a lot more simple and a way to save you a lot more time as far as having to go back over mistakes. The first thing I do when I'm getting a mold prepped to start pouring and using the wire keepers is I'm going to take the handles in my palm with my palms and push down on both sides. And the reason for that is that's going to stabilize the mold. It's going to flatten down those handles, and now you're ready to go to where it's elevated and you're ready to work on it. The second thing I'm going to do with a wire keeper jig mold is I'm going to take the hooks first, and I make sure that I'm using the proper hooks, because if you're not using the right hooks, most of our molds call for a 570 or 575 Eagle Claw. If you're not using the right hooks, a lot of times it's going to change the dynamics of the hook-wire keeper relationship, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do. But I place my hooks in first, and then I'm going to place my wire keepers in. And I've developed a neat little tool that I use that, some of my buddies have found that it works pretty good. The first thing I do is I'll take a little magnet pen. And if you can find the ones that come with hook kits, or if you can find the ones that come with Etch-a-Sketch or some of that kind of stuff, the lower the magnet power, the better, because you're not working with a very big piece of metal when it comes to the wire keepers. And you can only pick up one or two at a time with a little one. With this one, I've got a pretty big magnet. And the other disadvantage that a big magnet does is it sometimes magnifies or magnetizes the wire keepers. And then in turn, when you put them in the mold, it makes it a little bit difficult. I just use this to pick them up. Then once I've picked them up, I try to grab one off of here by the knob, so that actually the wire hook that goes down into the mold for the plastics, not the knob that goes into the lead head. I'll take that V-bend with the wire knob in my hand, and I'm going to set that in the gap and then just drop it. And then from that point on, I'm going to work along and just set in most of my wire keepers, or all my wire keepers, and then I'm going to come back around with the back end of the dowel rod that doesn't have any magnet on it, and then I'm going to adjust those slightly so it keeps both the hook in place and the wire keeper in place. You can do a lot of different methods, but I found that with this little itty bitty magnet on the end of this dowel rod here, and then with the other end with no magnet, that this actually allows me to seat my wire keepers faster and allows me to end up pouring my jigs faster, saving me more time.